President Donald Trump says the positive jobs report Thursday shows the U.S. economy is, quote, roaring back from the coronavirus. U.S. employers added nearly 5 million jobs in June, and the unemployment rate fell to 11.1%.
It's coming back extremely strong. We have some areas where we're putting out the flames or the fires, and that's working out well. We're working very closely with governors, and I think it's working out very well.
Earlier this week, testifying before the House Financial Services Committee, U.S. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin says the next round of economic aid should focus on struggling businesses such as restaurants and hotels.
We would anticipate that any additional relief would be targeted to certain industries that have been especially hard hit by the pandemic, with a focus on jobs and putting all Americans back to work.
To alleviate some of the hardship caused by the pandemic, Congress allocated $660 billion for the Paycheck Protection Program to help business survive and keep their employees. PPP was set to expire on Tuesday, but the Senate approved a temporary extension until August 8th. Another provision of the CARES Act, $600 weekly unemployment benefits, will expire later this month.
The PPP is keeping tens of millions of employees connected to their jobs. Economic impact payments are also helping millions of families and workers through these challenging months. Certain industries, such as construction, are recovering quickly, while others, such as retail and travel, are facing longer impacts and may require additional relief.
Jerome Powell, chairman of the Federal Reserve, says while recent economic data offers some positive signs, it's important to remember that more than 20 million Americans have recently lost their jobs.
The rise in joblessness has been especially severe for lower-wage workers, for women, and for African Americans and Hispanics. The path forward for the economy remains extraordinarily uncertain and will depend in large part on our success in containing the virus.
New coronavirus infections have skyrocketed in many parts of the U.S., in some cases more than doubled in June in at least 10 states, including Texas and Florida.
We are now having 40+ thousand new cases a day. I would not be surprised if we go up to 100,000 a day if this does not turn around, and so I am very concerned.
It's a reality that Anthony Fauci and other top health officials warn could get worse unless some people change their behavior.
Film clips that you've seen of people congregating, often without masks, of being in crowds and jumping over and avoiding and not paying attention to the guidelines that we very carefully put out, we're going to continue to be in a lot of trouble, and there's going to be a lot of hurt if that does not stop.
As a result of the spike in new cases, at least 19 states have put a brake on reopening plans. Mariama Diallo, VOA News, Washington.